Thanks, Beth. Good morning. Oh, some people are getting used to me doing keynote speaking because every time I say good morning, I expect a response, and when I don't, I say it again. And I got 3 responses. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, much better. Thank you. It's so lovely to be here for the Track Renewals conference. I started in Rail Track and Track Renewal, so it's so lovely to see some familiar faces back from when I started in a good old many decades ago. God, it is decades now. And it's also lovely to see so many new faces here at the conference. Thank you, Beth, for my intro. So that saves me a whole paragraph about who I am and what I'm doing up here. So I'm going to go straight into what we're doing today. So this year is the 140th anniversary of the PWI. And next year is Rail 200, so 200 years of the railway. That's quite amazing. There's quite a lot of history there as well. And I have to say that when I became president, it was given the medallion, if I can say. There's a lot of history in just this itself. So come see me during the break and I'll talk. You can see what's on it and what's behind it, because I'm a bit humbled and honored to hold that 140 years of history right here. The evolution of the railway throughout those years has been major. If you think about it, from where it started to where it is today, and actually, I sort of smile and wonder what over the next 200 years will be for the railway. Whether we would have a railway or will be the Jetsons flying around. But it's quite interesting and it's quite fun and it's quite amazing when you look back at the evolution. The railway community itself has been a major part of that. The people that are part of the engineering community that builds that innovation throughout those 200 years, And the railway, if you've heard me speak before, I talk about the railway being a system of systems, and how these different asset groups interact either negatively or positive with each other. But that those assets and those interactions don't speak for themselves. It's the community, it's our railway community that speaks for those asset groups. And when we look at the system of system, we have a system of system community here as well. So we're talking about mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, signaling. I just wrote a list of stuff. Materials, geologists, hydrologists, meteorologists, data sciences. I mean, I'm not naming everyone, but all of those technical expertise and technical engineering all get together to form what we consider the railway engineering community. And it's wonderful to see that. And I'm so proud that the PWI is the home for the railway community and the railway engineering community. I'm specifically saying engineering, not engineers, because we have a lot of ologists, ists, and specialists on the railway as well, and they're included within that community. So let's not call it, they're not all engineers, but it's engineering is that term. And we recognize our community, and we recognize those specialists for their contributions and their technical excellence when it comes to the evolution of the railway in meeting the challenges that we face. And we recognize them through awards and professional affiliation. And so one of the plugs I want to make today is really to support, to encourage you, if you have not done so already, and you're sort of got the imposter syndrome going on about, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure, talk to other people who have got their iEng, their CEng, their TechEng. Ask them their journey. Ask them how they got to where they're at. Ask the members, ask the fellows, how did they get to where they're at? Because you might be surprised that your journey might not be that different, or that their journey isn't necessarily A, B, C, D. It's not a linear one. And so you too can also have that same journey and achieve those milestones. So I encourage you to look at your next level of professional affiliation and your next level of membership. And if you're not a member already, why not? So please do that. And those that have achieved the affiliation, I encourage you to sponsor and mentor those that work with you and are around you or in your community in that space, because they might think, wow, look at that person. How have they done their CEng? I couldn't do it. And I bet that they could if they had that support and mentorship. And again, I'm really proud that the PWI offers a lot of support in this. area. They offer workshops. They're going to talk about it today. So please do reach out to any of the PWI folks that were either at the front or at the stand, but also talk to any of us who are already members of the PWI about what support there is. And of course, there's the portal in the website. It's fantastic. So go forward for your next career milestone. Now let's go to technology again. When I started out, Beth said 35 years. She's not even kidding. Oh my God. I thought the coolest thing that we had was Excel. I kid you not, Microsoft. Well, if for those that really go back, we had Fox Pro and Word Perfect. If any of you remember those, no, there's just a few, right? That was all before Microsoft, right? And then Microsoft came in. Excel, oh my God, I was like, this is so brilliant. I can graph stuff, I can analyze, I can take data, I can interrogate it. We could put in macros and do all sorts of clever things with Excel. Surely there'll be nothing ever better than Excel. And here we sit today with the current technologies that, one, capture data remotely, capture data for what we can't see, be it buried, be it invisible to the human eye. We can take that data set and we can use things like sophisticated models. We can use all sorts of interrogation to take that. And of course, not to mention AI and machine learning. And what is AI and machine learning? I don't know. I don't know the difference between machine visualization and machine learning, but I am quickly trying to pick up on that. When I say quickly, I'm being a little bit flippant. I think I used AI for the first time a few weeks ago when I had to take my CV and convert it for a presentation for 13-year-olds, and I thought, I don't know how to do that. I know, maybe ChatGPT can do it for me, and it did within seconds. And it was great, and I just used that. So we've got much more to do in this space as well, and some of us are stuck in our old ways and still like Excel, but we need to move away from that and start keeping up with the rate of data and technology and data acquisition that we have, because data informs decision making, and that's why it's so important. So when we look at that space, I encourage you to continue to grow and to question and to ask. So today, we're talking a lot about innovation. We're going to hear about new ways of working in continuous improvement within the space of track renewals, which are going to make us more productive and efficient. We're going to create longer whole life solutions, looking for things to be done faster, easier, cheaper. All, of course, all still safer, and all done thinking about improving safety, performance, and supporting the environment. So are we in the golden era of the railway now? Who thinks we are? No? Nobody? Okay. Oh, well, there's a few people. I challenge you. No, I don't think we are in the golden era of the railway. Why? I talked about the system of systems that are the technical bits of the railway. So why is it so difficult to collaborate? Why is it so difficult to introduce change? Why is it so difficult to adopt when we hear best practice, to take it and adopt it in what we're doing? And what are we doing now about meeting the challenges of climate change, extreme and adverse weather, too much water, not enough water, too much heat, not enough heat? What are we doing? What are we doing in the space of economic constraints, funding, lack of funding, higher costs? What are we doing to take that into effect when it looks at the efficiencies that we're trying to do and bring into what we do, be it whatever element you are within track renewals, the designer, construction, the sponsor, the client, the provider of equipment and material. I'm talking about them all. What are we doing in that space? And if we're doing something, are we doing it enough? Are we doing it fast enough to keep up with the pace of change, to keep up with the challenges? Sadly, we are seeing the globe work. We are seeing global movement towards a 2 degrees rise in temperature. We've gone past the 1 degree. It's happened. It's already here. So we're now moving towards a 2 degree rise in temperatures. What does that mean? For more extreme and adverse weather events, for more overtopping of rivers. Any of those who tried to travel last week, Storm Bert, yep, it shut down the West Coast route mod. That's the West Coast route. That is, it's for days. It's awful. So what are we doing now? And if we're not doing anything, why not? And actually, why haven't we been doing anything to begin with, first of all? if you're like me, if you're in engineering for problem solving, that's exactly what we should be doing, is looking at problem solving, making things better, continuous improvement. And if, like me, you are already registered, you should be looking at CPD, continually growing and developing in that space. So I asked a lot of questions, but I don't have any of the answers for those questions. And I hope that today some of the speakers will maybe pose some solutions, or at least start to guide us towards some of those answers to some of those questions. And for those that are in the audience, please do ask lots of questions, consider questions that you have, and think about whether you can take what you hear back into what you do. And if you're in the audience and you think, I got a better solution, then you know what? Again, let the PWI know, because we have a journal and we'd love for you to write an article about your efficiencies, your innovation, your technologies, and your better ways of improving the railway and making it better for the future. So, engage today, ask lots of questions, think about the questions I've just posed to you, and network. There's lots of familiar faces, but there's new faces. Don't be shy. Talk to the people behind you, to the side of you, to the left of you. Go stand and talk to somebody you've never met before. I don't know, just ask them about how their commute was into the railway and on the rail today coming in. I know I ran pretty much the way here, so I'm a sweaty mess, but there we go. I didn't want to do the Rob Mack thing after I was told what had happened, so extra panic when the train was delayed. But here we are. So please, reach out, say hello, come say hello to me. I will try to say hello to you as well. Engage, ask questions. Don't just listen to everything that is here. Challenge, question. And if you think something's brilliant, then please do take it back and realize it back to where you are, and improve where you are in your areas. Thank you very much.